Shalom, shalom, shalom. The waterfall logging in here with us at the Light of Zion. I'm your Captain Shamshawan.
And I'm Officer Asher.
All right, the waterfall logging in again. We got a continued class from last week, and we dealing into black families. I came across some videos on YouTube that I want to bring out. Something that came in the 1986, and we about to dive into this video on YouTube. We're going to give a little commentary, bring some scriptures out, bring this truth out. And again, it's dealing with the black families. Last week we talked about Roe versus Wade, dealing with the decision they made and about our women killing their black babies. But now we're about to look at the flip side of that, about our sisters having kids, and even some of the men that will have these kids with multiple women, and in a sense, they want to be bums about it. When I say they are bum about it, they're not trying to take care of their seed. Now, and that's one of the things growing up. If you know you didn't have a father, you should understand how important it is to even have a father in the household to make sure things are going the way they should go. You feel me? So everything is always should be done decently in order, but without further delay, let's get it. Colossians 3:17. You found it?
Yeah, I found it.
All right. So you about to get the scripture real quick. Colossians 3:17. Bring this up. Do this.
This is the book of Colossians chapter 3 and verse 17.
Done.
And whatsoever you do in word or deed, do all in the name of the Adawan Yahweh Shai, giving thanks to the Adawan and the Father by him.
So whatever we do in our word or deed, we always going to give thanks to the Father that's in heaven in the name of Mashiach Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. And we about to bring this truth out today. So let's get this thing started. Let me pull it up real quick. 1986. Again, title of this is Black Families, the family unit, I should say. So we about to go into the family unit and how we should be. Dang, which one I want to use? I'm gonna use this one.
Raise your hand if you're married.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like that one.
All right, I'm about to share my screen. We're about to dive right into this, family. You're going to see some wild stuff go down tonight. Let me share my screen. Share screen. Chrome. Boom. There we go.
Raise your hand if you're married. None of you are married. Raise your hand if you would like to be married to your baby's father. One.
You got to stop it right there. Off rip. Already, one says she want to be married to her baby's father, and the rest of the girls laughed. Off rip. We see all these young ladies have kids, and only one of them want to be married to their baby father. And that's the wild part. What you have for me?
No, I was just gonna say, like, it's just crazy to see that even what's during the time of this is 1986.
1986.
1986, and you got, our women, the women don't really want to deal with the men like that. How it's crazy that this man is asking a question. How many of you have kids? Everybody raise their hand. How many of you want to be married to your man? None of them raise their hand except for one.
Except for one.
That's sickening, man.
Why would you want to have a baby by a man you don't want to marry? Where does this concept come from?
It makes it's disheartening. It's really disheartening to see that. Like I was saying a couple classes ago, sins can travel farther than you may think. The sin can lead to curses, and the curses can go on for generations, just like the scriptures say. It'll be throughout our generations. Even still to this day, we're still going through these curses where you got women still laying down, spreading their legs for men that they don't want to really deal with. You know what I'm saying? But
they say, I mind, because this is some of the stuff that'll come up and they like, Well, why you always blaming a woman? Why you always blaming a woman? As we can see here, these young ladies laid down with these dudes, but don't want to marry none of them.
Right.
Now, mind you, don't get me wrong. Some of these dudes probably do, some of them don't. But we're going to come across one of the dudes who say he's going to marry this woman, but he's not. He's not. Let's be honest with ourselves. But I'm gonna let it play on, and we're gonna come across some more of this stuff. But let's keep going.
Matter of fact, can we get a precept first?
Go ahead.
Can you give me 1 Timothy 5:14? Give me 1 Timothy 5:14. Because it's sad to see that these women, even in the 1980s, in the 86, they say that they don't want to be married, but the scriptures say otherwise. Give me that.
1 Timothy chapter 5 and verse 14. I will therefore that the younger women marry.
Do what?
Marry.
Nah, be single.
Marry.
Nah, be baby mamas.
Marry.
Nah, be co-parents.
Marry.
Nah, be a strong black independent woman.
Marry.
To marry, read on.
Bear children.
And what?
Bear children.
And bear your children. You know, this even goes to that Roe versus Wade. How women want to abort their babies. But scriptures say otherwise. Scriptures say that the younger women shall marry, not be baby mamas, not be co-parents, not be a strong black independent woman, but be a family and bear children. Even in the milk in Genesis, it say do what? Be fruitful and what? Multiply. Not subtract or divide. Not divide and then subtract.
Yep.
You're not supposed to be doing that. But let's get back to the video. Is there more on that?
There's more.
Read them.
Guide the house.
Do what?
Guide the house.
No, go dwell in the streets.
Guide the house.
Nah, go have a hot girl summer, man.
Guide the house.
Nah, go to the club, man.
Guide the house.
Nah, go to a friend's house, a male friend's house, and shack up at his house.
Guide the house.
Guide the house, man. Take care of your home, man.
Now, mind you, don't get it twisted. The man runs the house.
Right.
He supposed to give instruction. You supposed to make sure everything gets done. You got the CEO. Okay, I'll put it like this. You got the president, the vice president,
right,
and then the chairmen and all that other stuff. And the chairmen and all that supposed to be the children. The children supposed to be able to do chores and get stuff done around the house once they get to a certain age. You're not supposed to have that child that's all, mommy, 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 you do everything for them. And daddy, 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 you do everything. No. We supposed to be raising up the next generation that can fend for themselves. And not just lay around and be all lazy.
I got a precept.
What you got?
Colossians 3:18.
We coming back to that.
Yeah. Because like you said, the man is the head of the house. And a lot of today, a lot of modern women, they don't want to get in line with the program. They want to be outside the line. They want to be the boss. They want to be the boss chick or the bad dog. You know.
Yep.
They want to be that, but scriptures say otherwise. Give me that.
Colossians chapter 3 and verse 18. Wives.
What?
Wives.
Now he ain't saying baby mama's girlfriends and friends with benefits. He's saying what?
Wives.
Wives. Read on.
Submit yourselves.
Do what?
Submit yourselves.
Nah, be equal to.
Submit yourselves.
No, let's co-parent.
Submit yourselves.
Nah, let's be 50-50.
Submit yourselves.
Submit yourself, read on.
Unto your own husband.
To your what?
To your own husband.
To your own husband. Submit yourself unto your husband, man. Whatever he said, you should have complete and utter faith in this man to guide the boat. He driving the boat, not you. Let him be the man. Let him take care. Let him lead the house. Rather you trying to fight him on how to lead the house. I've seen a lot of discourse. I've seen a lot of discourse even from the children, because what they'll do, they'll have the mom and the dad at odds because the father says one thing, he says no. So the child will say, "Oh, let me go to mom. Oh, you can go do that." And now when the father finds out that she said yes, now she's not gonna renege on what she said. She's gonna stand on it. I said he could go, didn't I?
Or vice versa.
Now there's gonna be confusion. If the man says no, You should be in agreement with it. Now, if you have a disagreement with that, at the time, stand on the same front, but go in a room and discuss it between you two rather than in front of the kids.
Yep.
Show that you have unison with your husband.
So at least they can see. At least they can see that family unit,
right?
On how a family and a husband and a wife should interact with each other,
right?
Not a wife and a wife, and not a husband and a husband, but a husband and a wife on how they interact with each other,
right?
To where there's nothing wrong with talking it out. The wife probably seen something the husband didn't see, or the husband seen something the wife didn't see.
Right.
But that's where communication comes in at. You feel me? And that's why it's right getting with a righteous man. We ain't saying just go with any Tom, Dick, and Harry and just submit to that idiot. Right. If you see his attributes about himself, he ain't acting right, why deal with him? But our sisters put themselves in positions and predicaments dealing with these dudes. And at the end of the day, I hate to use her line, you feel me? But Beyonce told you put a ring on it. Was that Beyonce?
Yep.
That's Beyonce, right?
That was Beyonce.
Beyonce first told you put a ring on it, then turned back around saying independent.
Right.
So which one is it? Put a ring on it or be independent?
Hypocrisy.
We got to pay attention to these songs we listen to. We got to pay very close attention to what's going on in these songs.
And it's funny how she can sing a song called Single Ladies, but she's a married woman. I digress.
Yeah, make you go down the wrong path. Right. But I'm going to keep reading this. I'm going to start over.
Okay.
Colossians chapter 3, verse 18.
Uh-huh.
Wives, submit yourselves unto your own husbands.
Wives, submit yourselves unto your own husbands.
As it is fit in the Most High.
That is what?
That it is fit in the Most High.
That is fit in the Most High, beautifully with the Most High. That is sit together. Like it's like that perfect puzzle piece, man.
Yep.
Fit together perfectly. Because you have to think about this. What does a nation consist of? Families. And it's not just the family is not just a single baby mama or a single baby daddy. It's a mother and a father in a household together. Because why? The father lays the morals and principles and discipline. The mother brings the love, the emotion, the compassion, the affectionate side. And it balances out through the kids. I've seen this work. All praises to my cousins, because my cousin she's dealing with her husband, and through her kids are very well mature men, very mature for their age. They take me by surprise, because when I talk to them, I think they're fully grown men. I have to catch myself, because they come at me with such maturity. If they are upset, they will sit down with you and say, "Listen, I'm upset. Why?" And you'll ask why they're upset. Because you did this, and that, and this, and that, and that's why I feel this way.
Talk it out, and don't be rushed to go. I'm getting my gun, right, as we just seen. Right. Well, outside as we pull up to get ready to come teach this class.
Right.
Hey man, you saw the stop sign. So what about that stop sign? Hey man, man, he rolled out talking about man, why? That dude looked down and said, "What? Pull up." And he pulled this gun out. I said, "Look at this. Look at this nonsense.
It's crazy.
Y'all about to shoot each other over a stop sign." Yeah. Even though true indeed dude had the right of way at the stop sign, you stop, you let the car go. Simple rules. They can't follow the rules of the road. Now we asking you to do something that's more complex. I hate to say it, the Most High, but it's not grievous to do. Right. It ain't gonna hurt you. It ain't gonna do nothing but big you up and put you in the right steps. But I'm gonna keep reading. Verse 19. Husbands, love your wives.
What?
Love your wives.
Love your wife. She is there. She is helping you. She is your helping.
She should be helping.
She should be helping, but love that woman. Because she with you. She holding you down. Read on.
And be not bitter.
And be not what?
Bitter.
Be not bitter. Don't hate this lady. Don't be mad at her all the time. Don't just every time she come in the room, you go in the other room. You just all you hear is you hearing sighing in the room every time she walk in the room. Don't be bitter towards that woman, because she's helping you out. She on your team. She your partner. Read on.
Be not bitter against them.
Uh-huh.
Children, obey your parents in all things.
Okay, that's it. That's it on that.
That's it on that. But and when he said partner, don't get it, because I know you just say we're not partners, but it's like this. When a person says partner, y'all think 50-50. No, it's Batman and Robin.
Robin, yes. Perfect.
Pilot, co-pilot.
Right.
I can fly this plane. Sometimes I can put it on automatic pilot. Bing.
Right.
Because I put it on automatic pilot, I don't mean you got the steering wheel and say, oh, I want to fly now. It's not for you to fly right now. I got everything running smoothly. All you got to do is just sit back and relax. Let the plane run. If anything, just say, hey, you work the compass. We see this direction here? Okay, cool. We might have an obstacle over here, honey. You see that? Oh, dang. Okay, good. You looking out that window. I ain't see that. Bet we're going to have to divert a little bit. We got to understand how we're supposed to fit together as a family unit. But we digress for the moment. Let's dive back into this. And you was at 1 Timothy last time, verse 5, right? And 14?
14, yeah.
All right, I'm going to hold that. And let's keep reading this. Because some going to come up what they say.
You pulled 1 Timothy 5:14 yet?
You did. I already read it.
Oh, you already read it? Oh, come on. Right.
But it's still more on it. You feel me?
Oh, yeah. Right.
Still more to meet, but I want to wait to hear this, and we're going to get back to that meeting now.
The rest of you who don't plan to get married, why don't you plan to get married? I'd like to know that.
You already have.
Oh, slop, family, slop. It's cut off. It's cut off on you. He said, those that are not married, why you don't plan on getting married? So he asked a great question. Now, dude, asking some good questions here.
Yeah, he's
Your child to think about, and then a whole family to care for you.
See, now already she going off. Y'all probably didn't hear that. Let me rewind that. Y'all probably didn't catch what she just said. Man, I think
Ability. And then you don't want to commit to have your child to think about, and then a whole family to care for. You know, it's a lot of responsibility.
Not knowing that having a baby is a lot of responsibility. You talking about a family to care for. That's supposed to be your job, to care for the family. Not go out and work while the man sit at home and eat up all the kids' cereal. The man supposed to be out working, and you already know how the society is set up. If you don't know, I'm gonna let you in on it. Society is set up to where the black woman can go out and make more money than the black man, believe it or not.
You not lying about that?
Hold on. I'm gonna let you get it. I'm gonna let you get in.
Sorry.
No problem. But they really think that it's not. I understand what the statistics say.
All right.
This amount, that amount. But mind you, the men that's making that certain amount, you know what they like to go do? And move on, do what they do. The ones that's the righteous man, their bread ain't that long. You feel me? And these women are put in position, like I said, to make more. Why? Because they want to be the nurses. They want to be the ones that go out and, I want to do this and do that and do this. And then you get with a man, not knowing that this is what this man is. You look at him and say, oh, but see, I can make him better. Not knowing he's only going to be better if he chooses to be better. Right. You can't force that upon him and get mad at him when he don't do that.
I can change him.
That's the thing. You want to change. That's not your job to try to change that man. He's got to change according to how the Most High made him. We did the class 2 weeks ago about being the wife of a prophet, not knowing that our first love off rip is going to be the Most High. Yeah. Off rip, that's our first love. Yes, we're going to put our work into that, because with putting our work into that, guess what? Everything in the household should fall right in line. Because if you follow in the lead, the same way I follow the lead, get that real quick. 1 Corinthians 11 and 1. Let's get it real quick.
This is the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 11 and verse 1. When we start at 1, be followers of me even as I am of Christ. You want to start at 1 or
get to the point?
3? Okay. This is the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 11 and verse 3. But I would have you know. That the head of every man is Christ.
The head of every man is the Mashiach Yahawashi, the black Messiah. Keep going.
And the head of the woman is the man.
And the head of the woman is the man. Mm-hmm. Keep going.
And the head of Christ is the Most High.
And the head of Christ is the Most High. What you have here is a pecking order. I follow Christ as Christ followed the Most High. My wife should follow me as the children should follow both of us.
Yes, man. Yes.
This is order. It's time to get our family unit back in order. That's why the class is titled A Family Unit. As a unit, we move in as a cohesive unit. Same thing as an army moves as a unit, the same reason as you got the special unit, the special forces, you feel me? As they move in a unit. Black Ops unit. Matter of fact, watch the show, The Unit. And you will see how they move together and they can go in and conquer stuff as a unit. But we all got to be on the same accord. Right. We all got to have the same game plan.
The Most High, the Most High always dealt with order. He's always dealt with ranking systems. He's always had one above somebody underneath. It's always been like that. It's always been a certain order with the Most High. And when we start deciding to say F the order, let's flip it on its head, that's when destruction comes.
Yep.
Every single time when we decided to not follow the system of the Most High, destruction always followed afterwards.
Yep.
Thinking idiotically that, oh, I'm not gonna do it the Most High's way. I'm gonna do it my way. And our way always leads to the same exact result.
It's different results, but guess what? Most of it is destruction.
It's almost the same. It's almost the same result, which leads to even the meaning insanity. Doing the same thing, getting the same results. That's insanity.
Insanity. You're right. You're right.
It's literally insanity, man.
Because we think stuff is going to change, but we doing the same thing.
Hey, man. Hey.
Ain't trying to say, hey, let's see what the Most High got to say about this.
Hey, don't despise me because I speak the truth. That's all I'm going to say.
Let's keep going. Let's see. Because this young sister literally think that she got to run the house, and it's a big responsibility to do that.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Yeah, and like I want to address something she said. She said, "Oh, it's too much responsibility and commitment," and that's the biggest issue today that Israel have: responsibility, commitment, and accountability. That is the three biggest issues in Israel that we have. It's those three. Because we don't want the responsibility of our actions. We don't want that. We don't want the consequences of our actions. We don't want that. I don't want to be held accountable for nothing because then I can only worry about myself and nobody else.
Thank you.
It's basically, if you think about it, it's almost selfishness if you really think about it. When you don't want to be responsible, when you don't want to commit to something, or you don't want to have accountability, those are three factors to make
a maybe jump on it. Let me see the precepts over there.
Go ahead.
Real quick, what's that ones in Sirach? I believe it's 36.
36?
Hold on. It's either 15 or 36. So you about to get in that. Since you brought it up.
36.
It's 15. Start at 15 and 11.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 36, verse 15. Give testimony.
Sirach.
Oh, Ecclesiastes.
15. Chapter 15, verse 11.
Oh, Sirach. I'm a 36. Whoa, sorry.
Yeah, 15 and 11. I thought it was 36, but it's 15.
15 11, Sirach. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 15, and verse 11.
Because he just talked about accountability in our choices. Read that for me.
Say not thou, it is through the Lord that I fell away.
Yep.
For thou oughtest not to do the things that he hated.
We shouldn't do the things the Most High hate. They think God is all love. No, he hates things.
Right.
Don't do what he hates. In order to find out what he hates, dive into these scriptures. Keep going.
Say not thou, he has caused me to err.
That's you not already not trying to take responsibility.
Right.
It's his fault.
Right.
That's why I'm That's why I'm going on.
The Lord made me see it. The Lord made me see it. It ain't me, it's the Lord. Doesn't the Lord tempt me? I can't do nothing about that.
Keep going. We're gonna get deeper.
Say not thou, he hath caused me to err.
Yep.
For he hath no need of the sinful man.
Keep going.
The Lord hateth all abominations. And they that fear the Most High love it not.
If you fear the Most High, you don't love the abominations of this world. Right. I can run down a list of them, but y'all already know what these abominations are. Read your Torah. Keep going.
Right. If thou wilt,
he himself
made man from the beginning, and left him in the hand of his counsel.
He left you in the hands of your counsel, but at the same time, he gave you the counsel, these scriptures. Keep going.
If thou wilt to keep the commandments and to perform acceptable faithfulness, he hath set fire and water before thee. Stretch forth thy hand unto whether thy wilt. Before man is life and death. And whether him liketh shall be given him.
So whatever you like, you like life, you're going to get it. You like death, you're going to get that too. And guess what? A lot of people like to choose. Our people done made a covenant with death. We made a covenant with death.
Brother, man.
You got the precept on that?
I think I know where it's at.
You think you know where it's at? Do I got to find it for you?
Should be.
Let's see if you can find it.
You got to be Zechariah or Lamentations? No?
If you got it. No, Isaiah. Come on. Isaiah 28:15.
Damn, I'm way off.
Grab that real quick.
15.
Yep. Now,
Isaiah 15 and what?
Isaiah 28, verse 15.
Okay.
As you get that, I'm gonna read it one more time. For top verse 17. This is Sirach chapter 15, verse 17. Before man is life and death, and whether him liketh shall be given him. Read that.
This is the book of Isaiah chapter 28 and verse 15. Because ye have said, we've made a covenant with death.
So the Most High gave you a choice, life or death. And the children of Israel, we chose death. Keep going.
And with hell are we at an agreement.
So people like to talk about heaven and hell. We have an agreement with being in bondage. We love bondage. We love it here.
Hell is a condition.
It's a condition, and we love this condition.
Yes.
We love it.
We even rap about it.
We rap about it.
We rap about it.
We sing about it. Dance about it.
Jig it to it.
All kind of stuff, man. The scriptures don't lie. Who else done did this? Who else done made a covenant with death?
I don't know.
Who is happy in sin? We're happy doing it. Because why? We saw the other nations doing it. And we got intrigued about it. And went over there and did it. You know what that's like? The same thing when the Most High said, please do not touch that. And you know what we did?
Touched it. We put our, like it's like the Most High saying, don't put your hand on that eye. What we did. Burn the hand clean off. I'm gonna burn the hand clean off. But the Most High always come back, mend the wound, put some ointment on it, and say, go on about your way. And never touch that eye again. But here's what we do again. My hand is fine. Did it again.
Thinking that somebody changed. What you call that?
Insanity, man.
Maybe it won't burn me this time. I done built up some calluses on my hand.
Right.
Whoa, no, man.
Burn the hand again.
But this is our people, man.
Put our hand to the fire again, man.
Keep reading that in Isaiah.
Good. And with hell are we at an agreement. When the overflowing spirit shall pass through, it shall not come unto us.
When we put our hand to the fire, surely it won't burn us. Keep going.
It shall not come unto us. For we have made lies our refuge.
We have made what?
We have made lies our refuge.
Lies have we made our refuge. We love the lies. We live in lies. And you might say, how do we live in lies? We surely don't want nobody telling us a lie. Please, y'all like walking around with yoga pants on and nobody's doing yoga. And you lying to yourself saying it's okay to put this on and walk around. Men are walking around with their pants down below their behind, showing it, and you got doodle stains in your drawers. You don't want nobody telling you to pull your pants up. Why? Because you love the lies. You love it. You dwell in it.
Look at, I'm fresh, I'm clean, but I can see.
You done bought a belt for no reason.
How you gonna buy a $250 belt, $300 belt? Got it on, and it ain't around your waist. It's under your cheek.
That's gay.
How does that make any sense to you? That doesn't make sense. You know what's wild?
I gotta call them that because my big captain says it. These bulldoggers do the same thing. These bulldoggers walk around thinking they're a man with their pants sagging. Yes, you don't know how many times I want to just pow, slap them on the ass like, what you doing?
Like
you know you're a girl.
You wilding
but you walking around with your pants sagging, with a tool top shirt on, like you strong out here. You know
how uncomfortable they would have felt if, even though they're dressed like that a dude will walk up to them and say, "Hey, how you doing? You look mighty fine."
Hey,
even though you're sagging.
Hey, no, I got it. I can't, family. I'm gonna talk to you, family, because I done did this.
That'll be crazy.
I did this just to mess with one of them. We out having us a good time, me and my Akim, you feel me? And I saw this nonsense. I'm like, really? And I'm gonna say, in my mind, I said, I'm gonna just make her mad right now. Walked up to her. Hey, what's up with you? Hey, how you doing? She looked at me like, what are you doing? You know I like girls, right, man? You a girl too. You like girls, so do I. What's up? Just to mess with them, just to see what they will go with it. And you know what? She turned female just for a moment.
No.
Just for a moment. She acted like a little girl. Like, hold on. No, I ain't supposed to be acting like this. Yeah, I done caught you slipping. But it's wild to see it. And sometimes I don't care because this is my people. Y'all stupid.
Oh, man.
You doing all that and I walked up to you and she's still treating you like a little girl. Because that's what you are. You a girl. You not a boy. You not. But they think they are. But I digress. Let's get back into this video, man. Because this is some powerful stuff and we ain't even get through a lot of it. But the video is up. Y'all get to see the title. Go check it out. It's an hour and 30 minutes long. I don't know if we're going to get through all of it, but again, I'm going to skip different scenes.
Oh, yeah.
The beginning scene, though, is wild.
There's certain things that I want to touch on this video, too.
And then you don't want the commitments. I wouldn't want no man holding me down because...
Come on,
no what?
She don't want no man holding her down. But you got a baby by this man. But the man is going to hold you down and not the baby.
No, and here's the thing. And the reason why she's saying she don't want no man to hold her down, because she's seen through her mama, dealing with her, that her mama probably single baby mama, and the baby daddy is the welfare. The husband. You're
going too far in the video form.
All right, man.
I know.
A whole family to care for, it's a lot of responsibility. And then you don't want the commitments. I wouldn't want no man holding me down because I think I can make it as a single parent.
But don't you think you might need help in raising that baby from a man?
Not really.
Not really. You said that with a bold, but guess what we have today? Isaiah 12. 3 and 12 for me real quick. Isaiah 3 and 12. No, not really. I don't need a man to help me to raise my son, to help me raise my daughter.
This is the book of Isaiah chapter 3 verse 12.
Uh-huh.
As for my people.
As for who?
As for my people.
Go ahead.
Children are their oppressors.
Yep.
And women.
And who?
And women.
No, the man.
And women.
No, the family unit.
And women.
Keep going.
Rule over them.
Children are our oppressors. At this point, children have become our oppressors. A lot of y'all can't even step outside because your sons and daughters out there raising them muck, shooting everything in sight.
And that's why you have a lot of effeminate men out here today.
Yep.
I mean, it's almost to the point where it's disgusting. I'm seeing dudes even with a woman. You can see by the mannerism, by how they walk, it's just effeminate. It set me ablaze. It's so bad out here.
No, because this is the thing. Woman to raise that boy up, it can't teach him the qualities of a man. You try, but it only goes but so far. You feel me? You might have a few scattered here and there, but guaranteed you, them ones that scattered here and there, she had uncles that did the right things for her and her son. She ain't do it by herself. She might try to pretend she did it by herself, but she didn't. She had her uncles. She probably had a brother here and there that had his head good on his shoulders where he was able to grab the son or the daughter and say, hey, you need to do this. You need to do this as a man. And boys and girls club, you feel me? There were certain programs that led him. If he played football, the coaches that was really about the children talked to him. But I say the 75% of these men raised by single women are terrorists. They're terrorists.
They're menaces to society.
And that's the movie.
They're literally menaces. Prime example, the main character. His father was a drug dealer. His mom was strung out. It got so bad, he had to go live with his grandparents. Now his grandparents are old; they can't really manage him like that because he's a young buck. They don't have the energy for that no more. They already got done dealing with their kids.
Yep.
And now they got to deal with raising the grandkids too. And now guess what? He in the streets, shooting, killing, robbing.
Now mind you, he tried doing the right thing, but it's the people he hung around. Your environment. And they literally, and that's why a lot of people say, let's move out of the hood. Now, mind you, I got another documentary from 1968 to why them white folks were like, I don't want them moving to my neighborhood. But I digress. Let's keep going. What they say? Got a little Walter. You my white daddy, the government to help them with their kids. Yeah.
I didn't have a father. My father wasn't in the home. So
my father wasn't there.
In the home. So if my mama can do it, so can I.
But how if you got a baby at a tender age? You ain't even make it out of high school and you got a baby. And that baby look old. So you probably had your child at 16, maybe 15. But let's keep going.
So, it really, male figures are not substantially important. In fact,
male figures is not substantially important, man.
But this is the stem of your modern women today. This is the connection.
Go ahead.
The connection, 1986, 2022. The connection. Tag.
Take this. Tag. Listen, man. The fact that she even said that, the situation she's even in stems from the man not even being there. Think about that for a minute. And she's saying, oh, I don't need a man to be there. It's not substantial. It's substantial because now you're at 17, probably 16, just had a baby, and you think that you're going to be all right by yourself. You think you're going to be able to raise this young man. But it takes a man to raise another man. A woman can only do so much. But when that boy starts getting to that age where his muscles start filling out, he's starting to smell himself, testosterone is boosted, starting to grow a beard, he's feeling himself. Them whippings ain't gonna feel the same to him no more.
No, I have to say this. If you ever pay attention, mind you, used to raise pits. I used to deal with pits. And this is why, because you're saying it, the testosterone, they're getting big, they smell themselves. If you got a male dog, female dog, they got a bunch of litter. The boy dog of that litter will not raise his leg to piss because he's afraid what the daddy dog would do.
That's crazy.
The boy dog will walk around and pee just stretched out. He'll have to walk him around the block in order for him to decide to lift his leg up. But even then, like, was daddy around?
Yeah.
I can't lift my leg up because once he start lifting his leg up, he think he's the man now. Right. And the daddy dog gonna look like him like, no, I will eat your head off, young boy. I will eat you. And this is, again, all you got to do is raise some dogs, especially them real dogs, and you will see the mannerism of these dogs. Right. You feel me? Not to say that we're animals like that, but believe it or not, it's the nature of things.
Right.
That's why I take that man to be there. Because my mother raised me and my brother. When we got too big and whoopings didn't hurt, This is what she did. She took that belt, made sure the buckle of the belt was on the outside, and wrapped that hand up and started throwing jabs. Bam, bam, bam. I ain't no time. Okay, you niggas are a little bit too big, so cat, try me now.
Oh my
Try me now. I couldn't come in the house late night, fearing of getting shot. That's the truth. Oh no, because again, you walking in, this is my house.
Right.
You cannot come in my house at any time of night. You will get shot. I said, surely she wouldn't do that. Came in up one night, open the door. What the? Hey, mom, it's me. What is it? Oh my goodness! Like, boy, what I told you? You thought it was a joke. Don't be coming in my house any time of night. This who you think you is?
Yeah, man. Like I was saying, like I was digressing. That it's important for that man to be there, to have that presence of a male figure there. It's vital, because if there's no principles or morals, we will be menaces, or it will be chaotic. That's why it is chaotic right now. I'm not gonna say most. Righteous men have morals and principles about them.
Yep.
They have a certain type of discipline. Israelite men have a certain type of discipline about them. You know what I'm saying? To raise up a child in a way they should go, where they're not gonna be easily tossed to and fro, going from one homeboy thinking that oh, we supposed to love everybody, then he go to the other one where he thinking, he out here killing people, man. That God forgave us for all that God forgives for all sin.
Yep.
That's not the case.
Let me get back into it.
Yeah, we gonna get back into it.
So, boy, you see how far we went.
I ain't thinking about holding up far enough sex, my man. If your girl, she get.
Now, I'm gonna give some context to this for dispensation of time. This brother name is Timothy.
So I shouldn't play it.
What?
I shouldn't play it then if you get the context of it.
I'm gonna give the little rundown on him
and go past it.
Matter of fact, just play. Matter of fact, I'll digress.
Having a baby, carrying a baby, that's on her. I'm not gonna stop my pleasures.
He said, if she have the baby, that's on her. Keep going.
Holding up far enough sex, my man. If your girl, she get having a baby, carrying a baby, that's on her. I'm not gonna stop my pleasures because of another woman.
What about birth control? What about...
Now, you see this brother? Take a good look at this brother.
Pause it just like that.
He just like that's perfect. Because he a square. He's a square to me. Look at the jacket. Look at the face. Look at the shirt.
But that's what the girls want.
And women want this dude.
Yep.
Women will go for this dude. Knowing what he said, saying what he said. And they'll be like, I love him. He's everything to me. He's my world.
Yep.
But then you have men like this and you land with them rather than proving them first. When he has somewhat of a point when he said, oh, it's up to you to carry that baby. It ain't my fault. I ain't gonna stop my pimping. I ain't gonna stop my player, my swag, my drip, my mannerisms for nobody, no woman. But then y'all want this man.
And then
y'all want to be his woman. But he say he got no allegiance to nobody, only to himself.
And y'all don't pick up on these. And y'all get mad and say, this is all men. All men is not this dude.
Facts.
All men is not this dude. Some men are out there like, okay, I want the good woman and I want to marry mine.
Right.
But then he's like, no, but see, why you ain't like swag dude over here?
Right.
You're going to knock me down and go about his business. That's what y'all want. And cry when the man don't stay.
Right.
But you literally want the man just to knock you down and go about his business and get mad when he... Hey man,
let's keep going.
Condom. Girls don't like them things. They don't like them things. You gotta tell you to take them things off. They figure that you saying that they filthy or they dirty or something.
It's been a startling change in values.
A change in values.
And it goes even further. He said even in the last 25 years, it's changed.
25 years ago, you would not have heard such things said so freely because they were not embraced so widely. The strong family was still the backbone of Black America, and 3 out of 4 children had both parents at home.
3 out of 4 had both parents.
That's crazy.
Not no more. Not no more. You lucky to find 1 out of 4.
That is true no longer. Most Black children are now growing up without their fathers.
But y'all think you gotta get it. You gotta get it. You should already know what I want. It's in Deuteronomy. You already know. It's a scripture that we always read. Everywhere we go, we pull the scripture. Now we got the proof here. The pudding. The pudding is right here. The man just told you. The man just told you. This show ain't about white families. You feel me?
Deuteronomy 28.
You know it.
It's the book of Deuteronomy. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 54.
Yep.
So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate.
Yep.
His eye shall be evil toward his brother.
Pause. Just how you about to see these 2 brothers outside shoot each other over a stop sign. Keep going.
And toward the wife of his bosom.
Yep. I have to know. New Testament has told us to love your wives, but it said what?
And toward the wife of his bosom.
What?
And toward the remnant of his children.
Uh-huh.
Which he shall lead.
Many reasons why this man is leaving his household. The man didn't prove the woman didn't prove the man. Y'all done had something. Y'all done laid without marrying and got kids, and now she bickering in your ear. You trying to go get a job. Now, mind you, this ain't all men, mind you.
Right.
Most men don't try to go get a job, but some of these men just like we just saw. What was dude's name? Timothy, who just, nah, man, I'm a player, man. You know what I'm saying, man? I'm not gonna stop my pimping for no woman. It's hard. I want to have a baby. But let's keep going.
The result is a world turned upside down as children copy what they see
as children copy what they see. You can't get.
They're like a sponge, man.
You can't make this stuff up. As them dudes will say.
Repeat what they learn. LaDawn said she didn't have a father in her home and doesn't think her children need one.
Now, how retarded can you be? What you called it again?
Insanity.
Insanity.
She's not unusual. Half the Black families today are headed only by a woman. Florinda said she could make it on her own as a single parent. She has never been married and is raising her daughter without a man's help. She's not unusual. Today, nearly 60% of all Black children are born out of wedlock.
60%.
And guess what? That number done went up since then.
7 gotta be.
This is 86, and the man is talking about 60%. We're in 2022. What you think the percentage is right now? I ain't even about to do it.
Timothy said his children are not his responsibility.
90. That's a little too high.
That's too high. But listen to this. This is what he just said about Timothy, though.
Are born out of wedlock. Timothy said his children are not his responsibility.
Timothy said his children is not his responsibility. Now, y'all didn't talk to this man before you laid down with him. And guess what? There's a lot of dudes out here doing this. Because these same 6, 7 dudes laying with most of y'all women, because this is what y'all look towards. Y'all be like, ooh, you got him. He got a dome. He's sitting on them 30s. He got them 26s gleaming. He got a Cadillac.
You look at the goals in his
No, check it out, man. He got a Maybach.
Oh,
he got a Aston Martin. We see the videos of the girls that turn around with them dudes, get into the fancy cars. Ooh, hey, how you doing? What's your name? I do something strange for some change. What we gonna do? This is what our community done did, and we make videos about it, and it be wild, and we watch them.
He has left them to be supported by their mothers and welfare. He's not unusual either.
Supported by his mother and was
No.
on the what?
No, he said he left the children to be supported by their mothers and welfare.
Has left them to be supported by their mothers and welfare. He's not unusual either. For LaDon and Clorinda and
Now, mind you, true indeed, this is the news. They're going to try to show the worst of us, but this is the deal, man. This is how they do.
Timothy, and many more like them in cities all over America, the traditional family no longer exists. It has vanished.
And that's what we're trying to get back. We're trying to get the traditional family back. So when you see Israelites standing out there on them blocks, we're trying to bring that family unit back. We're trying to make that the norm again. Because a lot of y'all don't want to make that the norm. Because we had these discussions about martyr women, what do you bring to the table, and all these talks. And it's the reason why, and all these talks, you know something they never talk about? These laws of the Most High. We never bring up the laws of the Most High in our discussions. Why? Because you don't love the Most High like that. Y'all say God, Jesus is pleased, and all this other stuff, but y'all don't love him.
I love how people like to say, I'm a follower of God, but I'm a follower of Christ. But when Christ say that the head of the woman is the man,
Nah. See, man wrote that book.
That's when man wrote that book. But the head of the woman is the man, and the head of the man is Christ, and the head of Christ is the Most High.
God didn't write that. That was man wrote that part.
Submit yourselves unto your husband.
Man, that's man written.
Just sleep with everybody.
Okay, that's YOLO. I can do that. It's just wild, man. We got to get our family unit back. We got to get marriages popping. Again, we got Chief Shalimar here doing councils, marriage councils. How many weddings we done had so far this year?
3.
3 so far?
Yeah, and Shalimar goal is to get 7 knocked out.
7. So we need 4 more. We need 4 more before the year end. Mind you, and we ain't talking about Esau's calendar. We talking about the Most High's calendar.
Right.
So around March, April sometime for our next Passover, our next Passover, that's going to be the end of our year. We need 4 more weddings to happen. We wish that many more can happen through all Yasharallah, that we marry according to these scriptures, that we have counsel according to these scriptures when it comes to this family unit.
And the things like, I was thinking about how we celebrate when we have councils and brothers come up and say, hey, I ain't gonna lie, y'all boys, I'm getting married. Brothers, if we can record like council meetings, every brother will go crazy. Like, because it's a beautiful thing.
Get that. Sirach 25:1.
It's a beautiful thing. When a brother say, hey, I have my wife is pregnant, and brothers lose their head. Congratulations, all praises. It ain't sadness. It ain't, oh man, you finished, dog. You done, dog. Oh, dang.
Another one.
Good to know you. Good to know you, brother. You're finished. It's not like that. Especially for the Israelites, man. We big up those things. That's the stuff we say, raise it. To the weddings and to the unity, man.
Yep.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 25, verse 1.
Come.
And 3 things I was beautified and stood up beautifully before the Most High and men. Before the Most High and men.
Mind you, these are righteous people. In order to stand up before these things to be beautified. Right. What is it?
The unity of brethren.
The what?
The unity of brethren.
That unit, it takes brothers to handle this. Keep going.
The love of neighbors.
The love of neighbors, meaning the neighbor is going to be your fellow brother and his family. Y'all getting along together beautifully. Right. Keep going.
A man and a wife that agree together.
That do what?
That agree together.
That do what?
That agree together.
We got to agree together. We can't be at odds with one another.
Right. Man.
We have to agree. Only way we're going to agree is before we laid down, did all of this stuff, before it came a man and woman, a husband and wife, we had to go through these councils. So we know what we expecting from one another. We know what's going to happen when we get with each other. We already know how the unit is set up. The game plan is in place. Marriage, after the marriage, we hiking the ball and we trying to go for repeated touchdown after touchdown after touchdown and touchdown. That means our goals are being met. Because we got goals in place. Hey, this is what I'm trying to do. I need this, and this. This is how I plan on accomplishing it. What you got going for you? Okay, that's what you want to do. Okay, now the man going to take what his wife want to do and incorporate that with his goals and see how can he get all these goals accomplished. Not saying he ain't going to need his wife's help. You feel me? But a man want to see his wife happy as well. He want to see that. He want to see that. A righteous man do want to see his wife happy, because it ain't good if she just walking around moping all day.
Right.
It's not good. But if the man is doing what he got to do and he's making sure, okay, I got all these game plans in place. Oh, dang, this is how we're going to take this route to get the to accomplish all these steps. You can't beat that now. You cannot beat that. And that's the whole point of why we try to get the family unit back together. So these talks got to happen about the martyr women. You feel me? And this manosphere. You feel me? Because all this stuff is they talking, but where's the Most High in all these talks?
Right.
Where's the Most High coming up in these conversations? Okay, you want that, but let's see what the Most High say about it.
Right.
What does the Most High say about it? You feel me? That's it on that? Yeah, that was it on that. Let me get back.
Finished, and something new is taking its place. Single women and the children they're rearing alone are the fastest growing part of the black population. What becomes of the black family in a world where the values are being turned upside down?
The values upside down. Come on, man. The values.
You can't make this stuff up. You can't. You really cannot make this stuff up, man.
The values of our core have been turned upside down. Why? Why? Because we don't want to listen to what the Most High said.
Filthy words, man.
We didn't want to listen. We didn't want to heed. I think it's time for us to rock 30. Let me see what the 35 say. I got 35 there.
36.
36. 36 and what? No. No, because that's the benefit. Now, we should go into that. Let's go into that. Let's read it real quick. Because they're saying the woman is being raised and she got the family and doing all this, but that's not good. Let's read why.
What?
36 and 21.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 36, verse 21. The beauty of a woman cheered the continent.
No, 21.
A woman will receive every man, yet is one daughter better than another. The beauty of a woman cheered the continents, and a man loveth nothing better.
The beauty of a woman, and that's one thing. Now, mine is talking about the beauty of a woman, not necessarily the outside appearance. You feel me? Because that withers away. But what makes a woman beautiful is the righteousness, the things she do.
Right.
Keep going.
If there be kindness,
and I was about to describe what her beauty is. Keep going.
Meekness, comfort, in her tongue.
In her tongue. She got these things: kindness, meekness, comfort in her tongue. Keep going.
Then it is not her husband like other men.
Because her husband ain't going to be like other men if the wife is doing these things. But that's what the woman is there for, to do these things for her husband. Keep going.
He getteth a wife, begetteth a possession.
Read that again.
He that getteth a wife.
He that getteth a wife does what?
Begetteth a possession.
Because she is his possession now. I know it's hard for y'all to hear that, but not knowing that before you was his possession, you was your father's possession. Your father was supposed to look out for you. He was supposed to protect you. Why do you think the whole objective of the father giving the woman over to the man is for? Y'all do that in weddings and don't understand what that is.
You know how many conversations I had about that?
Don't understand what it is.
I ask them all the time, you want to be married? Yeah. Do you know why the father or a male figure is giving you onto their husband? No. It's because he is transferring all of his authoritative power onto that man. The responsibility he took on, he is transferring it to another person, i.e. your husband.
And this is one of the reasons why the submitting comes in. That's where the submitting comes in, because he now has authority over you. Right. Believe it or not, the scriptures talk about your prayers. He can tell the Most High, don't hear her prayers.
That sounds crazy.
It's wild.
Like that.
It's wild.
That sounds crazy.
Because you're making a vow to the Most High, and then he can sit back and like, no, don't do us like that, because you're not going to accomplish that. I see what kind of person you is. Not only could the Father do that, but when he gave the possession over, now you in under his house. He can now do that. He's supposed to pray for you. Y'all supposed to, again, pray as a family unit. You can't be praying for one thing, he praying for this, and everything y'all praying for is opposite of each other. Who the Most High going to listen to?
Hey, there's going to be when I get a possession, my motto, that family that prays together, stay together. I'm letting you know.
Ain't no happy wife, happy life.
That's dead. That's dead.
A family that prays together stays together. Because we got to make sure we on one accord, that agree together. In order to agree together, we must be on one accord with each other.
Right.
And part of that one accord is he giveth a possession. Keep reading it.
A help like unto himself.
A help like unto himself. There's no such thing as opposites attract. That's nonsense. If you ever looked at a magnet, they repel each other.
Yes, absolutely.
It's the nonsense we say. You can't judge a book by its cover. Well, how do I know what I'm dealing with then? How do I know what I'm dealing with? And they always say that about the big dude who got the dreads and look crazy and start to sing. Oh, you can't judge a book by its cover. Look, you didn't know he could sing that. What they got to do with the Most High right now?
Right.
Nothing.
Is he keeping the law, statute, commandments?
And the only way to know that is how you act.
Is he holding the Shabbats? Is he wearing fringes?
That's what I'm saying, man. Keep reading.
And a pillar of rest.
And a what?
And a pillar of rest.
This is what she's supposed to be. His pillar of rest. You know what a pillar is? It's something that stands strong to where he can go and be like, oh, and rest on it. So when he's resting on you, you're supposed to, should I say it? I'm going to say it. And I happen to say, you rub that head and rub his belly. You feel me? You rub his head, you rub his belly, and he go, oh. He wake up in the morning, you hit him on the shoulders, you go,
give him a massage.
Yeah, you hit him on. Now, mind you, it ain't about the massage, it's about you giving them that pep talk.
Yeah.
Man, you gonna go out there and kill it.
You're gonna be great today, babe. Babe, you're gonna be great. This is gonna be a beautiful day. Don't worry. I got food prepared for you. I got your little lunch box. I got your food in there. Matter of fact, I also got you another lunch box, so you gotta carry two. I know it's gonna be a lot for you, but this is for you. This is your lunch. This is your breakfast. I got a little coffee in there. It's for you. And when you come back home, I'm gonna hit you with a nice big dinner.
Slap him on the ass and say, get going. Bah, get out there and have a. I ain't playing. You better not slap that man on his ass. I'm like, hold on, now I ain't playing them games.
Listen,
but
just that alone, like you could just feel it. That's love right there. That's a pillar of rest.
But mind you, in this day and age, the woman, but I make more than he make, and this, that, there, la, la, la. I'm a boss. But no, hold on. Go. Because if she's the boss, you feel me? As you like to say, that means you ain't got to get up to go to work.
Right.
That means you can't make his meal for him.
Right.
Did I push the
button? Is there a bomb?
Did I push the button? But you the ball it. Since you the ball it, that means you don't got to go to work. That means you should have no problems getting up. Here you go, babe. Making his lunch.
Shouldn't be a problem.
And sending him on his way. It shouldn't be that hard. But guess what? I don't cook. I don't clean. I don't eat.
Right, man.
You sending him to work with a hungry man meal that he got to put in the microwave.
Right. Matter of fact, fix your own food.
But we both don't went to work today.
I'm tired. You think I'm tired? You think I'm not tired? You think I'm tired of dealing with you? You think I ain't tired from going to work, dealing with these Edomites, and then I got to come back home, and then I got to deal with you and fight about scriptures and whatnot?
Let's be a pillar of rest.
Pillar of rest, not a pillar of stress.
Keep reading.
Keep
reading.
Where no hedge is, there the possession is spoiled.
Where no hedge is, guess who the hedge is?
The man.
The man is the hedge. He's the protection. But since you want to be that boss, B, and you make the money, and you want me to play the woman role, when you hear that creep in the night, I'm gonna do like this with the sheets. Ooh, honey, can you go get that?
Somebody's downstairs. You better go handle it.
Go handle that. Get up off the go. But they're gonna be like, I got a gun, I can go do that. As soon as you get somebody that get around that gun and body slam you, then it's a different story. But hey, keep reading though.
And he that hath no wife will wander up and down mourning.
Come on, man.
I need a real. I need a wife. I want a real so bad, man.
But this is the thing.
Oh my God.
This is for righteous men. You feel me? Because them idiots out there, like our boy, what was his name again? Timothy, he don't care about that. Timothy just gonna get whatever, get with the woman that's in the club singing, have drinks with another man's wife, and go ahead and do the deed with her, and then just have everything all discombobulated in that man's family unit. You should not sit with another man's wife. So, and that's one of the things why we say no. Our sisters that want to be respectable women should not go out clubbing.
There's more on this precept.
I know. Hold up. I'm just letting them know. Because when we hit that subject right there, a woman should not, I know it's going to hate me. These women, especially our sisters that consider themselves righteous, should not go clubbing. And you ask yourself, why? You're a single mother. Some of them single mothers, you feel me? Some of them probably single with nobody. But you're not going to find the righteous man in there like that. You're not going to find him in there like that.
Talk your talk, brother.
Find him at the Shabbat service.
Talk your talk.
You feel me? Because it ain't nothing out there.
Yeah, right. That's a good point.
And all you want to do is be around in the midst of all these other ones. And guess what you're going to end up doing?
You're going to be surrounded.
Like you said, the scenario you gave last week.
Oh, yeah.
About you finding him, and now y'all done got the oil.
Right.
And you not trying to blame. And see, it was the alcohol that made me do it. No accountability.
And now you're going to wake up and you're going to feel a little queasy in your stomach.
And ain't no plan B to go to now.
Ain't no plan B to save you now.
Well, did they take away the plan B?
I think they did.
Oh, they did? I don't know.
I'm not sure. I think they
did. A little more into that. But what you was about to say with the precept on that?
Oh, yeah, there's more on that. It's this is talking about him. That 20 verse 26.
Yeah.
Who will trust a thief well appointed that skippeth from city to city?
Uh-huh.
So who will believe a man that hath no house and lodgeth whithersoever the night taketh him?
So wherever the night taketh him, he could be at this woman's house one night, this woman. I gotta bring it out. You feel me? Mm-hmm. Because as my brothers were saying last night of how they came into this truth, they do what the Most High wants them to do now. But in that previous life, that old man, as one of my brothers said, he was a whoremonger. You feel me? One of my brothers said that last night. But I have to say this. As Paul said, he was the chief of sinners.
Yes,
you feel me?
Yeah, chief sinners.
I hate to say I was the chief of whoremongers. When I came across that, I was like, dang, man, this is what whoremongering is. This is what this. I have to get myself right, boy. Because it's sad. But mind you, at the same time, I just had my child at the age of 42. So I understood that if I get with a woman, we need to have children. I want to marry you. I won't mind marrying you, but we can't separate. If we do separate, the child got to be with me type deal. And this is how I approached all the situations when I dealt with a woman. And if they was like, oh, no, that's I'm with. What, for real? Okay, I'll let you. Well, if I deal with you, I know what I can't do.
Right.
I can't do that because I know doing that, a child might come to be. So that aspect of that is out.
Right.
But this is how the responsibility is, because I knew how it was growing up with a father in and out. He wasn't there 100% of the time.
Right.
And if you understand that, you can't make comments like this young sister said at the beginning. I ain't have a father there, so I don't need a father. How's the logic work?
That comes from an angry place, man.
Very angry.
That comes from an angry and traumatized place for her to say that.
Yep.
She's heard about, if you think about it, she's heard about her dad not being in her life. Because now she's questioning, why don't he love me? And that's detrimental to a child.
If
so
he
now
don't love me,
now they'll grow up resentful behind all of that.
All men now.
Yeah. All men don't love me. Nobody gonna love me. Why don't you love me?
I hate to say it, we only try to play a little bit more, because mind you, we only 2 minutes and 54 seconds.
That's crazy, man. That is crazy.
We only 2 minutes and 54. We had so many different stuff to pause throughout this video and go through. We had more precepts. I might do a part 2 next week. I don't know, but he wanted to do. What was the class on next week? What came up to be?
Creflo Dollar.
Creflo Dollar. Yes. About about the law and tithing.
Yeah, tithing.
Yeah. But again, since we here on this, I really want everybody that paid attention to this class to try to find this one. Look at this, and I'm gonna just bring another one up real quick.
Hold on.
You want to go somewhere in it?
Yeah. Go to scroll. Let me go down.
Right. Scroll down.
Yeah, scroll down. Go all the way to
them commercials.
I want to get to where the black lady, the lady with the black, she was wearing a black shirt. She was sitting
towards
down.
the end.
Yeah, she's somewhere in the middle too as well.
Because that's that same dude right there.
Keep going.
Because that sister said some wild stuff too, dealing with her situation.
Yeah, I want to.
Yeah, we're gonna listen to him.
He was bringing out a lot of good points about everybody that was on this show.
We're gonna listen to dude. We're gonna sit back and let him talk right now because he was bringing out some truth.
You will see each family almost coming out.
He was raised by two parents. His father was a Baptist minister, and they pushed him to make something of himself.
Now you heard what he said. Both parents was in the house, so they pushed him to be a better person. He's a police officer. He's from the streets because he was dwelling in the streets at the time, but he turned his life around, and now he's being a father figure role to a lot of young brothers that don't have fathers. This is what you see when you have both parents in the household.
God.
This is what's happening. Go on.
On Sunday morning on my block, you will see each family almost coming out going to church. You know, you don't see that anymore. The family unity.
When he was 21, Shaheed Jackson joined the police department. Although he handled security for us while we were in Newark, his beat is the kids of the neighborhood who look up to him as if he were their father. What he can do with them here, he knows, is just warm up for what they face out of the ring and out of his reach.
Going for the title. Work. Title.
What have you learned about these kids?
That they need somebody to love them. You know, they identify with us because we don't take any crap. You know, you come in here, you got to be disciplined. You got to, follow the rules and regulations because when they go out here and deal with life.
I have to say that real quick. And dealing with the Most High commandments, you have to be disciplined. You have to be disciplined and have these rules and regulations. The rules and regulations is the commandments, and you have to be disciplined to keep them. You got a precept?
Yes, sir. Let me see if it's the right one though. Yeah, can you read that?
What?
Start at
what is it?
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 6, and I would say start at verse 12. And we're going down to verse 17. That's the home point.
Let's get straight to it.
All right, so go to verse 17.
Yeah, because you see, we got to play that. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 6 and verse 17. For the very true beginning of her.
Wait, start at 15.
15? All right, 15, come.
Yeah.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 6 and verse 15. To think, therefore, upon her is perfection of wisdom.
Is the perfection of wisdom, read on.
And whoso watcheth for her shall quickly be without care. For she goeth about seeking such as are worthy of her.
Now, this is talking about wisdom. Now, if people don't know where wisdom is at, is Book of Deuteronomy chapter 4 and verse 4. Is it 4 verse 5? 5 through 6. Deuteronomy 4 through 5 through 6 is wisdom is keeping the law, statute, commandments. And read on.
Verse 16. For she goeth about seeking such as are worthy for her.
She go about seeking. She seeks for people. She goes upon people that are really diligent and really trying to put the work in to get this knowledge, understanding. Read on.
Showeth herself favorable unto them in the ways, and meeteth them in every thought.
Wisdom is always going to be in your brain. Wisdom is always going to be always dwelling around the people that's keeping the law, statutes, commandments. Read on.
For the very true beginning of her is the desire of discipline.
It's a what?
Desire of discipline.
Read that from the top. Read that from the top.
For the very true Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 6 and verse 17. For the very true beginning of
wisdom. Read on.
Is the desire of discipline.
Is what?
The desire of discipline.
Nah, doing what the hell you want to do.
Desire of discipline.
Nah, to be lackadaisy.
Desire of discipline.
The desire of wisdom. You have to have discipline in order to gain wisdom. Read on.
And the care of discipline is love.
And the care of discipline. Being disciplined is showing the Most High that you love him. Keeping the small statutes, commandments of the Most High, and doing it with discipline and care and consistency, that is love according to the scriptures. Read on.
The love is the keeping of her laws.
The love is keeping of her laws. So discipline is love. Given and keeping. So discipline is love of keeping of the Most High's laws. That's crazy. That the beginning of wisdom comes with discipline first. Whoever seeketh wisdom comes with discipline. And that's what this man is teaching them. This is wisdom this man is trying to give them. Because if they don't follow rules and regulations in that boxing gym, that they're going to be a menace to society, they may end up dead or in jail. He is trying to prevent that. And this is the cause. And this is a man that's not even dwelling in scriptures. This is a man that has a mother and a father in the house. And this is what he's doing. Just because of a mother and a father in the house.
A family unit. That was one of the first things he said. A family unit.
This is powerful. That's why the family unit is so powerful. Just because he had a mother and a father, he's doing stuff like this for his own people. I digress. Let's go.
They're going to have to follow rules and regulations in life.
Self-control and self-esteem, far more important than a good left hook. That's his message to kids like Bernard Wardrick. He's been coaching Bernard for the past 4 years.
It's like a big brother-father in between me and Bernard. There's been times when he's gotten me mad and I've spanked him, and his mother knows I'll spank him and he knows I'll spank him. And sometimes that's what a kid needs to know. Freedom is a lot of times destruction. The more freedom a man has, a lot of times he'll just self-destruct. So I try to...
Give me Philippians 4:8. Give me Philippians 4:8, man.
Y'all didn't hear what he just said.
Freedom.
I hope you got what's up. Philippians 4:8.
4:8. Idle mind is the devil's.
That's not 4:8.
What is it?
You said Philippians 4:8?
Yeah. That's not it?
No, that's not it.
Oh,
I figured that's what you wanted, but
yeah, it's in Philippians. I think it's.
It ain't 8 or 4.
It ain't 8.
You rushed when you wrote it.
Well, give me Proverbs 16:27, man. Because I'll go back to that.
Proverbs 16:7.
16:27.
Proverbs chapter 16, verse 27. An ungodly man diggeth up evil, and in his lips there is as a burning fire.
No, that's not it. It's not. So that's not it. Forgive me.
No, it ain't it. Let me see. No, it ain't it either. I see where you was going with Proverbs. I need to get the other. I might read it in another translation. Proverbs. Let me see what translation is best. T.
I thought it was the precepts. I don't know why it had me going somewhere else.
No, that ain't it. I can't find the darn other one.
That's weird.
Oh, wait, huh? That is weird. Let me see something. Let me go back to King James. I see what you're saying with Philippians. It might be right. Let me read in it.
No, I didn't. I looked at it.
Oh, I know why you said it. Let me see. Nope, that's not it either.
Yeah, that's not it.
No, because I went to a different translation and it ain't pop up. I know what you're saying too. Darn, it's not there. What happened? Man, let me keep this playing.
Yeah.
You know, keep them in a little cage. Somebody keep them in my arms.
Somebody has to say no.
Yeah, somebody has to say, no, you cannot do this.
A lot of these kids grew up with nobody saying no.
Right.
Do you think it's important for them to have men around?
Yeah, I think, if you have a one-parent family and some mother, she cannot teach you all of the things that a man can teach a son. There's no way.
So where do they learn the routine techniques of just daily work and living? They don't.
Unless they get it from their parents, they get it from the streets.
How do these kids on the streets make it?
He could either be a stick-up man if he stays in the streets. He could be a mugger. He could be a drug dealer. There's so many different things. Like you get a kid who's a good boxer, and a drug dealer may say, "Hey, you want to make so much money a day? Just make sure nobody stick up my man here."
He becomes a soldier for the drug dealer.
Or a strong arm,
helping to protect the drug dealer.
Helping to protect him. Because if he can make $100 a day or $60 a day just standing there watching something, and he does it. That's the battle that you got to deal with. That's the war, to try to convince them that stuff isn't in the streets, isn't what's in their best interest.
Does it worry you that?
And that's the thing, like that. The same stuff that he's saying is the same stuff that we trying to do, man. Convince our people to get up out in the streets, stop backsliding, come back to the Most High. That's just he's pretty much saying almost the same thing that even today what we trying to teach. That we trying to reverse the damages that's in the house. That we're trying to reverse the mentality and the philosophies of this world. We are the men that are going to change this world upside down. We flipping this world on its head right now. You know what I'm saying? And this man is doing the same thing that we pretty much talk about. Go on.
That Bernard could fall into that?
I think he could go either way, but I think if he does, it'll be something that'll really hurt me. So I don't think I'll let him go. He's like a son to me.
What do you think's ahead for kids like Timothy and Alessandra?
It's going to be rough. It's like hell where they live. And Alice is sweet as hell, but she loves Timothy. I would say if Alice had a husband that was strong, she could do something with her life.
Mm-hmm. Is a kid like Timothy, what happens to a kid like that down the road?
He's like a guy on a trip without a road map. Timothy's just out there. Timothy doesn't know which way he wants to go, what he wants to do. Timothy is a guy with great talent. As far as art, the kid could draw anything. But Timothy is a ladies' man.
Is that a point of pride with him? Accomplishment?
To him, I would imagine, yeah, it's an accomplishment.
Where does he get any money, Shahid? He doesn't work. He told me he hadn't had a job in 2 years.
Oh, Alice gets her assistance, I imagine.
Welfare.
Yeah, welfare and stuff. And
That happened a lot. The mother gets public assistance and helps the guy on the side.
I don't know if you would say they help them, but it's a lot of guys that I know that just goes around looking for welfare mothers. And they may have 6 of them like that and get a little piece of money out of each of them.
And that's the sad part. How women will see this dude is no good, but yet, girl, he be laying that knee down and ooh, and now he just pimping you. And you giving up your little, like the video of the sister talking about, you got to bring food for my other kids. You know what you got into when you decide to deal with me? And something that nobody think about. And I'm going to play the song. I know we might get a sound bite for, I ain't going to do it because I want to play that Life Jennings song. You feel me? Life Jennings got a song out there, She Got a Baby. So brothers, now mind this song came out back in the day. So how can you deal with a sister, she got a baby, you have your baby with her, you might get accused of loving your baby more than the baby she already got. All these things play a part in a role. So that's why it's always best, especially for a woman. And y'all act like, oh, why you talking about us? Because y'all supposed to be our precious creatures. Not saying y'all God or anything, but when I say precious creatures, meaning you can have a child. You should want to make sure you're married to the man that has your child. That the child you have from that man, I should say. That should be your main focus. I got to marry before I have the seed. So if you want to deal with me, put a ring on it. Let's go see Chief Shalimar. So when we go sit down with Chief Shalimar, we're going to get everything settled, handled, and what you got going for yourself and all this other good stuff. And if you don't have nothing going for yourself and you ain't out there trying to do what the Most High wants you to do, I'll holler at you. I'll holler at you.
Don't you come back no more?
It's just that simple, man. Let me see if I can find this sister.
I wanted him to touch a point because he said something powerful. Yes, she said the whole time she was talking, it was almost spiritual.
So we're gonna play her, and we're gonna close with her.
Not to be angry.
If the parent is 17 and 18, uneducated, unmotivated, fooling around, wandering around, what's the child gonna learn? Who's the teacher? When you learned something, you was taught by your parents. It was reinforced by school and your neighbors, but it was taught by your parents. Your parents said, "Bill, you."
School was supposed to be a reinforcement of what your parents taught you. I'm just saying, man. Right. But school ain't that no more because the parents can't teach you because guess what?
You can't even talk about God.
The almighty dollar. That's what everybody after now.
Money.
Better not do that. Don't put that plug over there. You're going to get hurt or whipping, right? Your parents did it. Well, if the parents don't know anything, how are they going to teach the children? Now, if we have a generation of that kind of thing happening and the kids are coming up under that, then we got another generation of lost young people.
Why are there so many single-parent households?
Have you been walking the streets in Newark lately? All our young men are out on the corner, just absolutely doing nothing.
You want to get that scripture? Our men are out on the corner. They're at the head of the streets.
I'm not sure.
I'm about to get it. Isaiah 51 and 20. Isaiah 51 verse 20. Because she said it. And let's bring the scripture to fruition.
It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 51 and verse 20.
Con.
Oh, verse 20. Verse 20. Thy sons have fainted.
Yep.
They lie at the head of all the streets.
They lie at the head of what?
They lie at the head of all the streets.
And at the head of all the streets, these are the corners. So even in 1986, they was at the corner. Now they at the corner. All you gotta do is just ride around in neighborhoods and ghettos and hoods and stuff in your local neighborhoods. Guess what you're gonna see? Dudes hanging out at the corner store.
You're not lying about that.
Ain't nothing changed.
I never thought anything about that until you just said that. Yep. Brothers will literally be hanging out at the corner store all day long.
Doing nothing.
And I'll be thinking.
Ain't making no money. Ain't talking about God.
Talking pure foolishness, man.
And they just sit there and talk foolishness all day. When they done there, they go back to mama house and mama allowed them to come in there because some parents are, depending on how old your parents are or your mother is, you ain't about to be in here soaking up my AC when I go to work. So this is what's going on, but finish that off.
As a wild bull in a net.
As a wild bull in a net.
They are full of the fury of the Most High.
They full of the fury of the Most High. Why? They sitting on these corners. They don't know what's going on, and they ready to pop at any given time like a bull. They see red, and they charging. That's it. That's the end of the verse.
Yeah, that's it.
All right, let's keep going with her.
That's the problem.
Why, what's happened to those young men? What's happened to the black man?
It's like they've given up. It's like they're really not a part of what's going on.
Why are they not? Why have they given up?
There aren't that many jobs, okay, for the laborer like there used to be. And they're just totally unmotivated. And society has made living for the women without the husband or without the man easy.
Oh?
Yeah, welfare. I think.
Yeah, he was clueless.
For real? He knew.
He knew the game. He knows.
That's why he said, she knows.
He the game.
He knows.
Before and I just want to address this real quick. Do you notice how he's interviewing Jake like it's a Animal Planet movie, like an Animal Planet document series? I just want y'all to notice that how the way he talks, even the way he talks, it's like almost condescending. Like he's talking to them like as if they're retarded.
He understands. But do y'all understand?
Yes, he just.
Why y'all doing that?
I think it's to the point.
Are you stupid?
I believe it's to the point that he's so baffled at seeing Jake like this, where it's just like
it's baffling to.
It's how is it possible? How are you not getting married and having kids in a marital relationship?
See, I'm white. We do this.
This is odd. This is unbecoming of you guys. I can't believe it.
Welfare is not the best thing for everybody.
Tell me why.
Because it provides you with some kind of income that you sooner or later just settle for. I know I was on welfare. I've been on welfare.
Are you suggesting that we do away with welfare?
No, I'm saying it has to be upgraded. For instance, I have some young people here that are on welfare, okay, but would like to work. But they can't work and make a coin because everything you make is taken away from your check.
Can you push the solution even further back? Is there any way to stop the cycle of teenage pregnancies?
Now look, you see that? Can we push it back?
That's so difficult to even talk about. In my heart, I think I have a solution. And I know, it may rub people the wrong way. But I believe that teenage pregnancy cannot be stopped by programs. It has to be morals. And morals come from God. And somewhere...
Bin. Hey, man, it has to be morals, and morals come from God. Done. Hey, you can't say it no more. We're going to pause it right there.
I'm going to take my fridges off. I'm done. That's it.
We're done. That's it.
I'm taking my fridges off. I'm about to go home. I'm about to have it.
That's
I'm about to eat.
That's it. I ain't even showing no more of her. She just hit it right on the head.
No, there's more to what she was saying.
I know, but they got to watch it for themselves. They got to watch it for themselves. Because that part she just hit on the head like a nail in the coffin. Bim. Morals come from God. And this is how we're going to stop our young children from having babies.
Right.
So if you out here as a teenager having babies, guess what? In the sense, I hate to say it, there's no morals. You'll do anything.
But did she hit the point of where she said that they need the Most High? She said that?
Yes.
She said that already?
Yes.
You sure?
Let's see. I'm going to rewind it some. I'm going to go back to it. Let's go back to it. I'm going to have it like that. I'm going to do it like this. Boom. I'll do it like that. I'm over here. Boom. Let's rewind it, son. Let's see.
It may rub people the wrong way. But I believe that teenage pregnancy cannot be stopped by programs. It has to be morals, and morals come from God. And somewhere along the line, the Black family kind of strayed away from that. And I believe we need it.
You say the moral values have changed.
Oh, yes. It's morally acceptable to have babies. It was not morally acceptable years ago. That's hurting the Black family.
What I hear you saying is that even though racism may have brought about these circumstances, even though society may have created conditions that are terrible, you're saying you have to be responsible. You have to practice discipline and self-restraint.
That's right. We are destroying ourselves. Now, it might have been motivated and plotted and seeded with racism, but we're content to be in this well now, okay? We're just content to be in this mud, and we need to get out of it. There aren't any great white people running around in this block tearing up stuff. It's us. We've got to stop doing that.
Does the civil rights movement, which came to its peak in the 60s, have anything to say to this?
The civil rights to the young people now is a foreign word. What does it really mean to them?
He's so baffled by what she's saying. He think that from that question, it makes me believe that he think that she's part of the Black Panther culture. That's what he thinks.
No, because you know why? Because Black Panthers wasn't about the Most High like that.
But that's the thing. But he's just so baffled by, like, he can't handle what she's saying. Like, she's like, oh, so you're basically saying that they need to take responsibility and come back to God? Are you part of the how about these social public organizations? How do they feel about it?
He's talking about civil rights. That's not the same thing.
No,
Black Panthers had nothing to do with civil rights, dude. I'm still young. They didn't have nothing to do with each other. Nothing to do with each other. But all in all, again, what he's trying to get at, because he didn't want to keep it focused on God. Right. Because you already know Esau ain't down with the Most High. He like, no, you should just do this because. Yeah. No, the Most High is part of the Black unit. That Black family unit, this is where the Most High comes in at. And with dealing with that, we have to go back keeping these laws, statutes, commandments, and what you said that earlier. Let's just grab that real quick, and we're going to end it out with that scripture. Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse. Let's see, is it 4?
It's 6.
5. Yep.
Oh yeah.
Verse 4 and 5. I mean 5 and 6. Read that for me. Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 5. And this is why she said what she said, and this is why we need to go back to this at the end of the day.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 4 and verse 5.
Come.
Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as the Most High my power commanded me.
Yep.
That ye shall go, that ye should do so in the land whither ye go to possess it.
Yep.
Keep therefore and do them.
Keep therefore the commandments and do them. What else?
For this is your wisdom.
This is your what?
This is your wisdom.
And we already read in the wisdom of Solomon, you got to have discipline in order to deal with this wisdom. Keep going.
And your understanding in the sight of the nations.
So in the sight of the nations, if we're keeping these laws, statutes, commandments, that means we have our morals. If we have our morals, that means our young sisters and brothers ain't out there just lollygagging, pang-panging each other. And we got our family unit back. Keep reading.
Which shall hear all these statutes and say,
what?
Surely this great nation.
This what?
This great nation.
The so-called Black family unit.
This great nation.
My so-called Hispanic family unit.
This great nation.
And my Native American family unit.
This great nation.
And all the so-called Israelites spread through the 4 corners of this earth.
This great nation is a wise and understanding people.
And with that, I'm going to say shalom. That's going to be a pin in it. Stay tuned next week. We're going to touch on Cleflo will take your dollars and the comments he made about tithing and other stuff. You feel me? And I still, man, see, I want to hit you with this. But I still want y'all to try to peep this out. I should try to find it real quick. Should I? No?
Next week. We'll go into it next week and then jump
I'm gonna do a little bit next week of another little clip, a documentary, and then we're gonna jump into something else. But with that, family, I'm gonna say shalom to Water for logging in here with us at Wednesday Wisdom at the Light of Zion. Please Please tune in for the Shabbat services coming up. Tune in Friday for the history class. Tune in to all the classes and the projects we got going on here at the headquarters of Light of Zion, Lee County, Treasure Coast, Dade County, Georgia. Hey, we everywhere. Highlands County. Stay tuned. Stay up. Stay blessed. Shalom.
Shalom.